Hey, welcome everybody to our Thursday comic relief. You can't make this up, and if you're new here to this program, got a lot of difficult things that we work through in this world. We do here every single day, Monday through Friday, and even on weekends. We are always bringing you the truth, dealing with real problems. We need a little bit of relief, so we have this. Real stories with, well, some other things thrown in there too. So listen, this is a comic relief for y'all. Sit back. If you got a sense of humor, you're going to like this. If you don't, you're probably going to get offended. I'm just saying. Okay, let's roll with this. And remember, we are an equal opportunity offender here at Hope for Our Times. So let's roll with this. All right, a couple of things. Let me pull up some pictures for us all to start. Here this is. Austrian president says all women should wear a hijab. What? To show solidarity with Muslims with increasing Islamophobia. We may have to ask all women to wear a headscarf to show solidarity with those who do so for religious reasons. So in other words, let's just get along. Ladies, you're just going to have to comply so we can get along with people that want to kill us. Yes, you can't make this up. Actually said that. Let's roll. What's the next one? Let's see what we got here. Here it is. There we go. All right, Gateway Pundit. Beyond parity, Connecticut Democrats passed bill requiring photo ID to recycle cans, but won't support the Save America Act. So you look at that, you go, okay, that's no surprise. Hey, Tom, that's like news from like a week or two ago. You're just posting that now. Yeah, I'm just posting. I'm still trying to catch up on some things, but I hope that you see that and you go, we already saw that guy in New York, right? You can't volunteer to pick up trash in New York without like 50 forms of ID, but you can vote with no form of ID. Anyways, more of the insanity. Let's see what we got else. What's next? Here we go. Bill Maher. On the Islamic slaughter of Christians in Nigeria, they are literally trying to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this? They don't care because the Jews aren't involved. Bill Maher is spot on. Who would have thought? You look back at Bill Maher and Gene Simmons and some others a few years ago, you go, I can never agree with these people. And all of a sudden they start saying things going, wait a minute. And the more Bill Maher speaks on these things, here it is. The mainstream media, Christian pastors won't even talk about it. The slaughter of Christians that is taking place in parts of Africa don't want to say a word about it. Why? I believe he's right, because Jews aren't involved on either end. You look at this, and why won't pastors even talk about the slaughter of Christians by Muslims? Oh, that's Islamophobia. Is it really? Is it really? Well, we're going to go down that path in a few more minutes. Yeah, we'll show you some things. All right, next picture. Look at this. New Harvard study finds that, I told you we were going to go down this path. New Harvard study finds that Islamophobia may be caused by Muslims trying to murder people. Imagine that, folks. Could it really be that way? Nah, it couldn't really be that way. I mean, it's just the insanity of it all. Anyways, again, welcome to our You Can't Make This Up program. We're going to be rolling with everything. That was just an introduction right now here in just a second. But I want to let you know about a few things coming up. April 15th, I'll be in Bakersfield, California with Pastor Brandon Holthouse and Bill Koenig. It's going to be an incredible night. It's our once a month with Pastor Brandon. Joining him up at Rock Harbor. You can check out the website, hopeforourtimes.com at the events page. And then coming up April 19th, I will be with David Towle and James Cadiz at Calvary Chapel, Signal Hills in the Long Beach area of California. Looking forward to that. That is a Sunday night, going to be great. There's no registration that's required for either of those. And then on April 28th, I'll be with Pastor Brandon Holthouse and Pastor Joe Pettick as he hosts Vertical View in Huntington Beach, California. And joining us also, this is really cool, coming from Israel, Jeff Morgan from Highway 53 for that evening. Going to be incredible. And a lot more is coming up too. I'll be in Mississippi at the end of this month. Check out all of these things at the HopeForOurTimes.com webpage. Go to events, and we're probably coming to an area near you. Would love to see you there. All right, let's roll with this. Are you guys ready for the program? Sit back and let's watch this first video. I think you're going to like it.
Sir, what's your biggest regret?
Not listening to my wife's advice.
What was the advice?
I ain't sure, I wasn't listening.
It's out the season. Oh, that one is great. You got to love that. Got to have a little bit of a sense of humor. Yet, unfortunately, for this next one, you can't make this up. You can't have a sense of humor over this next one. You just can't. You're going, how do people really arrive here? Look at this. And remember, before we show you this video, the young lady from Ukraine that was murdered on the train, Irina, remember her last summer? There's a mural to her. Apparently the mural is a problem. Great explanation. You go, what the heck is the matter with leaders? What the heck is the matter with these people that we put into power? What the heck is the matter with people when you see this wickedness? Watch this video.
This has not brought us closer together as a community. In fact, has been quite divisive and even a little bit ugly in terms of online commentary. I was asked for my opinion, and I gave it, and I stand by it, which is I think it should come down.
Yeah, it's absolutely unreal when you sit here and you watch a leftist politician talk about a piece of art being divisive. I mean, how many murals did we see to George Floyd, who died with his veins loaded up with fentanyl and methamphetamine while resisting arrest? And there were murals and statues and all kinds of public displays, and that wasn't divisive. These are the same leftists who will paint a pride rainbow crosswalk in the middle of an intersection and then charge you with a hate crime if you squeal your tires on it, for heaven's sake. So don't talk to me about divisive. He said that, this mural is not reflective of Providence values. What values would that be exactly? The values of, I don't know, an innocent young woman, a refugee from Ukraine, which I thought 2 seconds ago the left was all about, being able to get on a train and simply sit there and get home without getting stabbed in the neck by a career criminal that had been released from prison dozens of times, who, got up and said, I got that white girl clear as a bell on camera. Are you kidding me? If that doesn't tell you which side the left has picked, I honestly don't know what will. It couldn't be more clear. And it's not the side of the American people or innocent people, law-abiding citizens and residents of this country.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, you go, how far we have fallen. You wonder why things are such a mess. Remember, Jesus warned that lawlessness will abound and the love of many will grow cold as we grow closer and closer to his second coming. And speaking of just insanity, as you watch what's happening over in the UK, for all of our friends over in the UK, you watch this, you go, what's the matter with the leaders over there? Of course, we watch the leaders over here. We're right behind you. And I think America better wake up. I don't know if we're rapidly catching you. But look at this. This is, I think this one is King Charles, apparently, regarding the differences. Watch this. This is regarding Ramadan and Easter. Watch this. Look at this. King Charles hosted an iftar Ramadan event for Muslims at Windsor Castle, but refused to record an Easter message. Has the UK been conquered? Yes, says this person, the UK has been conquered. And listen, I'm watching things that are taking place all over the UK, and there are people that are rising up. You watch Tommy Robinson, you watch our own friend Gary McKibben. Fantastic, Gary. Thank you for all that you do. And others that are over there that are standing up against the insanity. I was on Pastor Enzo's program in Italy. Italy so far has not gone as bad as these other nations. It looks like Italy is a lot like where we are here in the U.S. We got serious issues. but Italy's got that great prime minister over there. But Pastor Enzo over there in Italy is fantastic. Pastor of a large church in Italy, pushes back against the insanity. It's great to see someone like that. Thank you, Pastor Enzo. We just great. And Gary also for what you do, Gary McKibben. But there's people that are rising up that are over in the UK that are pushing back against the insanity, but you got these leaders that are nuts. Piers Morgan just recently said, well, there's only 5% Muslims, so we don't really have to. What are you saying? We're being conquered. Listen, you get to 2%, you start having a problem. I got all the stats on it, got all of them. But apparently, not to be outdone by King Charles, Prince William has some things to say about this too. Doesn't want to be outdone by the king. What's Prince William have to say? Look at this. Prince William says Islam is the religion of peace. The royal family has completely lost all sense of defending Christianity and the British people. The religion of peace. I mean, seriously, why is it? How can people actually think that? How can they actually think that? People are Islamophobic because they're afraid they're going to get killed by Muslims. We watch. Look what's going on right now. Iran's launching missiles everywhere. Everywhere. They want to kill everybody. Look what's happening. The women are being raped. Children are being taken. Child brides. Murder. Tucker Carlson says, last 24 years, no Muslim has killed anybody in the U.S. Oh, yeah? Why don't you look at the truth, because you don't want to talk about the truth. Because you know it's true. Stuff's wicked. Let's not stop here. Check out this one. This is definitely you can't make this up. Candace Owens. Get a load of this. Look at this. Candace Owens. You guys can read the full thing here. We'll see if we can put the link in the description for you guys. Candace Owens. In January, what does she say? I'm going to sum this up for you because it's too much to read. Most of us welcome a lawsuit. Candace Owens in April, where is Trump? Why isn't he protecting me? So here's the thing with Candace Owens. What she said, you can watch the video too if you go to the link. But here's the thing with Candace Owens. So she what she's trying to say is the whole issue with her and Macron. Remember, she says that Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, his wife is really a he. He's a he, she. He really has some, she really has parts attached, you know. So she goes after Emmanuel Macron. So you guys don't have to leave that thing up there any longer. So she goes after Emmanuel Macron's wife, says she is a he. They keep telling her, hey, would you please stop? And then she goes, prove it, you know. So they send her things and she doesn't accept it. She keeps going after him. He says, listen, we're going to see you. So finally a lawsuit comes against big mouth lying Candace Owens. Lawsuit comes. And suddenly she says this, I have free speech. Get a load of this. Check it out for yourself. Trump should be protecting me. Candace Owens has the audacity, you talk about the arrogance, to say Trump should be protecting me with all that she says, the wicked, evil things that she says, Trump should be protecting me. You look at this and you go, this is crazy. By the way, I want to bring up something that is in this story because it has to do with, check this out. She writes this part of her issue, right? So before Pam Bondi got fired, she issued a statement about a college student who was shoved for wearing an IDF shirt. We don't need the federal government. This is what Candace Owens said. Getting involved on something so meaningless as a person wearing an IDF shirt and getting shoved on campus because they're Jewish and wearing an IDF shirt. But we might need our federal government when it comes to this. In other words, a Jewish student assaulted on campus is meaningless, but Candace Owens going after Emmanuel Macron's wife and saying these things, and they're saying, okay, let's prove it in court. She says, wait a minute, don't take me to court. Trump should get involved to protect me. That Jewish stuff, that's meaningless. That's nonsense. And we all know the Jews are fake and the Jews are liars and the Jews are, and by the way, I got to do a report on this one. Tucker Carlson says that the book of Esther in the Old Testament should not even be in the Bible. He suggests it. And he says that the Jews were committing genocide against the Persians. He spins the whole book of Esther, where remember Haman sets up the gallows to commit genocide on all of the Jews, and then through Esther, the whole story about God's providence ministering through them as the devil seeks to wipe out the Jews. It just shows you how demonic Tucker really is. There's something going on with that dude. I don't know how to describe what he says other than he's got demons. And Candace Owens, too, you look at this stuff. This is just insane. I mean, the lies are astounding. Anyways, stuff really does take place. All right, you ready? So, how do you solve the problem with the war with Iran? So there's peace and then there's no peace. You look at the whole situation with Iran. By the way, remember this, Jeremiah chapter 6 and Jeremiah chapter 8. Both times Jeremiah calls out the leaders of Judah, Jerusalem, and the priests. He calls out the leaders and the priests, and he says, you tell my people there is peace, peace, when there is no peace. It's like putting a Band-Aid over the problem. So the other day we had Trump come out and say, we've got peace in our time, like Neville Chamberlain, 2 weeks or whatever it was. And then while Iran was firing missiles to Saudi Arabia and Israel, peace in our time, peace in our time. And then that all got kind of turned around by his team the next day because we have a huge problem. Israel's in trouble. The Gulf Arab states are in trouble. They're saying peace, peace. So are we in a ceasefire right now? We're in a ceasefire. Peace, peace, when there is no peace. Got to stop with that stuff. But Jamaica, this may offend some of you, but they've come up with a solution to the problem in Iran and how to bring peace. If you're a fan of Bob Marley, you're probably going to like this. Here's the solution on how to bring peace there in Iran with all of the different troops. Watch this. Look at this. Oh, there it is. Urgent. Jamaica creates intercontinental missile capable of bringing peace to the world in at most 72 hours. So you look at this and go, all right, that's pretty funny. For those of you who don't know what that is, listen, I'll explain it. You might get a little bit offended. It's a joint. And just so you know, I haven't smoked pot in like 45 years or something like that since I stopped selling drugs for the Mexican mafia, right? That's back in the 80s, early 80s. I stopped. I don't do that stuff anymore. But just listen, we just got to have a little bit of fun. Come on, that's funny. That is funny. I know some of you just got offended, but we are an equal opportunity offender. Do I really advocate for all of these different things? No, but it is funny. Oh, Pastor Tom, how could you laugh at something like that? You are such an awful person. Listen, lighten up, Francis. It's just we just want to have a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun. And speaking of not having fun, this is you can't make this up. It's okay. It's okay to bust up a statue of Jesus, but when it comes to Muhammad, well, this gives you the context to let you know how people really do think. Watch this video.
I saw in one part you had a statue of Jesus. Now, I know you laugh, but do you think that for many listeners, they would find that so deeply offensive to take a bat and to smash Jesus into pieces?
Wasn't it Madonna, by the way? No, it was... No.
There was one, I think, of Madonna, the Madonna and the child, and there was one of Jesus.
So that's a very good question, because I think it might offend people. I think in Belgium, not really. We're not a very religious country.
Anymore.
Definitely not the listeners of Studio Brussels, but what we did, all the things we smashed, we made it very clear as well that these were all things that were already broken. So the statue, it was turned face towards the back of the room, so you wouldn't see the face as well, because it was a broken statue as well. But I think I would have been more careful in another country, definitely. In Belgium, it is not a big issue.
Let me ask you this, if you were doing the video again, would you smash a symbol of the Prophet Muhammad?
That is a very dangerous one.
You wouldn't do it. Why not?
No, because that would be inappropriate, because in Belgium there are many...
But there are Christians too. I know the Pope visited Belgium recently.
No, I know they're Christians, but it's... since we are all from the Christian tradition, I think it's like laughing with yourself. Or like...
But you would never do it with Muhammad?
No.
Star of David for Judaism?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
No.
Wow. It's okay to smash things related to Jesus. Remember, Jesus said, when they're persecuting you, they're persecuting him, right? You look at this, you go, it would be inappropriate to smash a statue or a replica of, or whatever, of Muhammad. Oh, no. We would never, that would just be wrong. Oh, but let's make fun of Jesus. It is interesting. It wouldn't smash a Star of David, David. Which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that answer. But you look at this, you go, wow, if you look at this kind of thing, you can see where we really are in culture. Where Jesus himself said one of the signs of the second coming would people would be offended because of him, right? People get offended for just about everything, but they're offended all things Jesus. Let's make fun of Jesus. And more awful things. Anyways, it helps us to know what in the world is really going on. Listen, for the next few minutes, we're just going to lighten up. We need some humor, so that's exactly what we're going to have. Nothing but fun from this time on. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Oh, by the way, also, along with what I mentioned earlier that's coming up here in April, different places I'll be, we have 4 Hope for Our Times conferences. One is coming up in Washington, Calvary Chapel, Ellensburg, Calvary Chapel, Northwest Prophecy Conference. That's coming up. You can check out the website, hopeforourtimes.com, at the events page. And then we will be in the Boise, Idaho area. 412 Church is hosting a prophecy conference there. Registration is open for that. Santa Barbara, California, we will be there. And then we will also be in Texas, in Rockwall, Texas, coming up. You can register for any of those if they are in your area. You want to be there. Excellent speakers. We have different lineups at all of them. The only 2 places where we have a same speaker, Brandon Holthouse will be speaking twice, 2 of the various places. David Tallow speaking twice at 2 of the various places. Other than that, completely different lineups in each city that we are in. Really looking forward to it. Going to bring you new faces too, and it's going to be fantastic. So any of those, Calvary Chapel, Ellensburg, will also be in Boise, Idaho, and then we will be in Santa Barbara, California, Rockwall, Texas. Check them out. All right, now we're going to have some humor. Are you ready? Let's roll this first video.
Ma'am, I wrote you a citation for
going...
going...
You're writing me a ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who my father is?
Why? Didn't your mother tell you?
That is funny. Don't you know who my father is? Why? Didn't your mother tell you? That is so stinking funny. All right, let's get a view of the Olympics and see, as the world is getting more and more lawless, as bounty and love many is growing cold. Could it come to the place where this is the Olympics?
Get set.
At which he won 14 gold medals.
It's like, all right, like I said, we are an equal opportunity offender. Okay, I'm going to show you an oldie but goodie. This has been around. Some of you may have seen it before. It's old. It's funny. It's out of the UK. Old British humor. Sit back and listen. We're just here, an equal opportunity offender. And remember why we do this program on Thursdays. We got to lighten up. We bring truth. We bring facts. And we just want to have some fun too, because we got to lighten up. So I hope that you enjoy this. Are you ready? Watch this.
afternoon, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, good afternoon to both of you. Both of you.
Is this your car, sir?
It most certainly is. Lovely job. Beautiful car, that. Just come up from Devon, you know. 120 all the way. No bother at all.
You've been drinking, sir?
I most certainly have. I've been drinking ever since this morning.
I'll see your driving license, sir, please.
Oh, it's funny you should say that. My license expired just after Christmas.
Certificate of insurance?
Oh, if you haven't got a license, there's not much point in having insurance, is there?
All right, my dear. Thank you, sir. Would you mind blowing in this, sir, please?
Yeah. We're going to have a party, are we? Makes you dizzy.
Cool. I'm placing you under arrest, sir. I must ask you to accompany me to the police station.
Off we go to the jolly old Nick, eh?
You take the squad car, Ted. I'll follow in this gentleman's car.
Right.
Now then, if you don't mind, sir, please, get in the car. I'll drive.
You're going to drive?
Well, naturally.
But what about Smithers, my chauffeur?
You mean you're not the driver of this car?
My condition, don't be ridiculous. Drive on, Smithers.
Here, just a minute, sir. Could you give me a lift back to the station?
Get not it.
I haven't got any transport back to the station, sir.
Anyways, like I said, just a little bit of humor, okay? Just a little bit of humor. Okay, you ready for this one? So California, this is really impressive. Like they've, so far, yes, right, I'm from California, please forgive me. Billions and billions and billions of dollars on the train that goes nowhere, right? I mean, they don't have it yet. Don't have, laid some concrete out in the middle of farmland or something. That's all they've done. No tracks, no trains, nothing. But they also have these crazy bike lanes all over California. And it's the weirdest thing. It's like, okay, I get some people want to ride bikes, but check this out. Watch this. This is California. For all of you in the rest of the world wondering about the stupid things here, here's just another stupid thing in California. Watch, look at this. There it is. California's new $578 million bike lane to nowhere. It's green, it has an arrow, it goes nowhere. Listen, if you live in California, look at this guy. This is it. If you live in California, you see those things everywhere. You see them and all of a sudden they're going nowhere. What's the point? Or they're in the middle of a place, you go, well, this is stupid. And then you got to change lanes because you're not allowed to be in that. And you're going, what the heck? We spend all this money on these things in this stupid train that isn't a train. And we have homeless people everywhere out here. And we have crime. Won't keep the criminals in jail. Man, it's one of the reasons why I hope Chad Bianco becomes governor here in California, because stuff's just nuts. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right, check out this. Here's a protest. Like I said, we got a little bit of humor. Here's a protest. It's funny. Pay attention. Watch this.
Stand on the grass if you love Donald Trump. Stand on the sidewalk if you love Donald Trump. Hold the sign if you love Donald Trump. Hold the sign if you love Donald Trump. Hold the sign if you love Donald Trump. Throw the sign if you love Donald Trump. Drop the sign on the ground if you love Donald Trump. Trump is still your president. You're not a veteran to me. Give it back. Give back your service to your country. Give it back. You're not a veteran. You don't support America. You're not a veteran. Follow me if you love Donald Trump.
Right here. I'm not in front of you.
Get in front of me if you love Donald Trump.
Hold on, I gotta get back here then. Come on, dude.
Got my fan club behind me today. Veterans really love Trump.
Stand in front of me if you love Donald Trump. Throw down the sign if you love Donald Trump. Pick up the sign. Oh, that was great. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, all right. So if you haven't been offended yet, this last one might just offend you. Before we get to the tip of the week, I think most of you are big boys and girls. You can handle it, right? Listen, if you made it this far today, you'll be good with this one. All right, let's roll this last one.
Police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing a panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
No.
All right, so you're gonna blow up the bathroom. All right, most of you got that. Pookie, I hope you appreciated that one. Anyways, with that, looking forward to seeing you wherever you are in the country. We're probably going to be in an area near you. Would love to see you, love to meet you. By the way, we had an incredible Seder last week. Absolutely amazing. Bob Probert, Josh Aaron were able to join us at Rock Harbor with Pastor Brandon Holthouse. Absolutely an amazing Seder, full house, fantastic. What an incredible time that was. But we're looking forward. Next year, we're going to go somewhere else for the Seder. Looking forward to it. And in the meantime, we'll be all these different places. Again, check out the website, hopeforOurTimes.com. Go to the events page. Now for your tip of the week. Basically, it got inspired from that last video you just saw. You ready? Here's tip of the week. Be careful not to say you're going to blow up the bathroom or anything else in public. Hey, listen, thank you for joining us on this fine, you can't make this up presentation. Remember, we are an equal opportunity offender. For the rest of the week, we're bringing things that are, hey, we're bringing the truth. Looking forward to seeing you next time. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me today. And we really appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share this with your friends who get easily offended. Okay, bye.